Clientless SSL High Availability, or HA. So we're going to go over active, standby, clustering, and load balancing for the Clientless SSL VPN connection. And you can achieve two types of failover configuration with the ASA. You can either do an active or a active standby. When you do a active, it only allows you for a much greater percentage of available resources for deployment. However, when you configure an active configuration, it does not provide any support of any type of VPN deployment because the ASA needs to run in multiple context mode. So no further time is spent looking at this option anymore, because in active, you cannot do any VPN, clientless, SSL, AnyConnect, or anything like that. And that's why we move to the standby. And when you do an active standby, the ASA firewall device is active and passing inspecting traffic while the other is on standby. And what happened is that whenever it's on standby, it is monitoring the state of the other interface until the time comes when it must take an active role. So if your active interface goes down, what happens is that the interface on standby, it takes over the active role, and the one that was active before, it goes into a standby, or if it is down, we don't know what happens to it. But that's what happens when you do an active and standby. And we also have two state, which is stateful and stateless. And on the stateful configuration, it allows existing VPN sessions and tunnels to stay up when a failover has occurred, and the connection clients and sites are now entering through the previous standby device. The current connection states are synchronized between devices across a dedicated stateful connection between the two ASAs, or by using the existing failover interfaces. The following clientless SSL VPN objects are not supported with a stateful failover. So you cannot have, it doesn't pass smart tunnels, it doesn't support port forwarding, and it doesn't support plugins, Java applets, IPv6 clientless, or IPv6 AnyConnect session either. And for the last one is that it doesn't support Citrix authentication. So if that active interface goes down on a stateful configuration, when the standby becomes active, it doesn't support this VPN objects like smart tunnels, port forwarding, and plugins, Java, IPv6, and Citrix authentication. Stateless. So what stateless means? Stateless is configuration supports high availability in as much as during a failover, the standby device assumes the active role. It does not support any stateful behavior, meaning all sessions and connection have to be reestablished after a failover has occurred. So the difference is between whenever you configure, or whenever you have a stateful and stateless. In stateful, all your previous connections are synchronized, right? So other connections that you have to the ASA. So if you have a AnyConnect session, a client AnyConnect session, when you have a stateful configuration, it's going to synchronize with the other interface whenever it goes from standby to active. But in stateless, if you have a connection, you have to reconnect to the firewall again. So that's the difference between stateful and stateless. And we also have another high availability option, which is VPN load balancing or clustering, and it is a stateless configuration. And with clustering, you can take advantage of the performance and HA benefits gained by having multiple devices share the load balancing between them. So what happens is when you're doing a VPN load balancing, is the same thing as doing an active, and the overall operation depends on one of the ASA devices becoming a master, which is the one responsible for configuration, synchronization, and sending new remote client session to the least load devices. So if we have multiple devices, what happens is it shares, if there's like 6 connections going at the same time, it's going to send 3 connections to one firewall and 3 other connections to another firewall. And you can do HA clustering or VPN load balancing. It can be used to divide remote clients SSL VPN sessions between our ASA devices without the need for duplicate hardware, software, or a load balancer, which is an ACE. So you don't need to have an ACE or another software or application running on your network. What you could do is you just can combine all your firewalls and do VPN load balancing without the need of a hardware like ACE. Okay. So, and this is how you have an ACE. So this is when you do an external load balancing. And external load balancing, the difference between an external load balancing and the VPN load balancing or clustering is that the external load balancing uses a device like ACE right here, and the clustering does not use that device. Like I said right here, it does not use that other device. But if you want to do an external load balancing, what you could do is you can have an ACE device right here and just sends traffic to different firewalls or to different ASA. So let's say that we have like 9 connections. What it's going to do is it's going to send 3 connections over here, 3 connections over here, and 3 connections over here. Therefore, what it's doing is it is just doing load balancing. And you can also do a redundant VPN peering. And both the IPsec VPN client and the AnyConnect client allow for multiple VPN server or ASA addresses to be configured. In the event of the primary ASA failing, the clients try to reconnect to the next available address in their list of configured addresses. So if you are using the AnyConnect and you are trying to connect to 20.1.1.1.1, and if that one goes down, what you could do is you can connect to another peer. So if we have like 3 firewalls, 20.1.1.1, 20.1.1.2, and 20.1.1.3. What happens is that if 20.1.1.1 is not available, you can just go ahead and connect to 20.1.1.2. And if 20.1.1.2 is not available, then you can just go ahead and connect to the other firewall, which is 20.1.1.3. And that's how the redundant VPN peering works. And this is it for this video on the clientless. Let's go ahead and go back to this was for the Clientless SSL high availability and how active standby clustering, load balancing, and using an external hardware like ACE works. And also we went over what a stateful and a stateless configuration is. Stateful, it maintains your connection whenever an interface goes down and the standby needs to become active. So in stateful, it maintains that connection. But when you're using a stateless, you have to end your connection and then reconnect again. So that's it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. And if you guys enjoyed this video, why don't you just go ahead and follow me on Twitter, guys. Follow me on Twitter at CCNA Daily Tips for more videos like this. And if you don't have a Twitter account, go ahead and create a Twitter account and then follow me. Also share this video with anybody. Share it with your mom, your dad, your dog, your cat, any family member. Go ahead and share it. Hit the like button. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next one, guys.